Hey guys, so normally I don't do a lot of game preview or game review stuff, but there's really not much else for me to talk about today. So I'm just going to go through the games for tonight and kind of talk about each one and what I think can happen. So Arizona versus the New York Islanders. Arizona's still looking for their first win. The Islanders are trying to improve to 5-3-1. So both teams have an opportunity here. Arizona really needs to win a game, so I look for them to come out hard tonight. They got to win something. Anaheim versus Philly. Anaheim's kind of off to a mediocre, slow start. Philly's been really good at home, so Philly's looking pretty good so far. So that should be a really good game, and could go either way. Edmonton versus Pittsburgh. Edmonton's off to a really bad start. This is a chance to get a big win and turn things around. If they can beat Pittsburgh, then that can launch them for the next little while here, and maybe they can start to rack up some wins. Tampa Bay Lightning versus Carolina. This is a big test for Carolina. They want to be thought of as a potential playoff team and an up and coming, really good team, potentially even a contender in the future. They're going to have to beat teams like Tampa before people take them seriously. So this is a huge early season test for them. Detroit versus Buffalo. These are two teams that are really struggling right now. This is a really important game for both teams. Both teams are going to want this win badly. Detroit started off so well and then have really played like garbage the last few games, and then Buffalo got off to a horrible start and they've won a couple games, but that horrible start has never really ended. Both these teams want to turn things around. This is the game on NBCSN, and this should be a pretty good game. I think both teams are going to want this win badly. Florida versus Montreal. This is a great chance for Montreal to win, break this 7-game losing streak. Florida is not very good, but if they win, they get back to 500, so they're not just going to roll over. Montreal needs to find a way to score some goals. LA Kings versus Ottawa. Ottawa's gotten off to a pretty good start. LA has gotten off to a fantastic start. That should be a good game. Calgary versus Nashville should be a good game. Calgary wants to get back above 500. They can do that with a win. Nashville wants to stay above 500, so they want to win. Vancouver versus Minnesota. Vancouver's off to a really good start. Minnesota 2-2 across the board. Minnesota was thought to be one of the better teams in the West, and they haven't gotten off to a great start. This is a chance for them to put Vancouver back in their place and take the win. Dallas versus Colorado. Colorado got off to a flaming hot start, and they've really dropped off the last week or so. Dallas got off to a not so great start, but they've turned things around and have been climbing in the standings, and they're thought to be one of the better teams in the West, so that should be decent. And then Chicago versus Vegas. This is a huge test for Vegas. They've gotten off to a ridiculous start that no one expected, but they've played a lot of lousy teams. So this is a huge test for them. See if they can beat Chicago. They beat St. Louis, which was really shocking to me. They pulled out the win against St. Louis. See if they can do the same against Chicago. If they beat Chicago, then how can I? I keep saying Vegas this isn't gonna keep up, but if they beat Chicago, then maybe it is. So those are tonight's games. Quite a few games. I didn't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 games tonight. So pretty good docket of hockey. I'll be watching Detroit and Buffalo tonight. That's the NBCSN game. So yeah, that's it. I usually don't do these videos, but there's really not much to talk about right now because last night only had 2 games. So like, comment, share, subscribe, spread the word. We want this channel to grow. Thank you very much for watching, and talk to you guys again soon.